Hey guys, DeeDavidsim here. So I am back after a short break. Long story short, I uploaded my last video, went to Texas for like 3 days, and came back and then decided to build a new PC. So I had to switch everything over from my Mac that I was using to the PC, and I had already recorded this video, but I've been trying to convert files and get all of that fun stuff done. So it's just been a little while since I've posted, and I'm very sorry about that, but I am back. I am still at it, and I am having fun. So I wanted to come back and kind of do a little bit of a small build, nothing too extravagant. So the idea of this build is that it is a micro home, so it is only the 32 tiles. But my idea was that the sim who was living here was trying to like fix it up and make it their own. So maybe they found like a tiny cottage and they started renovating the inside because that's the part that they see the most. They started renovating that first. So the inside is a little bit nicer than the outside. The outside later on you'll see pretty much just has a lot of like overgrown plants, and I do add a huge tree from the debug menu just because I really wanted it there, and there's another one behind the lot, so it kind of matched pretty well. But yeah, so trying to clutter it up just enough. I tried not to clutter any surfaces, so I do add a lot of shelves, which you'll see me doing in the bathroom right now. I sized down that shelf. I went with a main theme of orange for the bathroom. I am honestly not entirely sure why, but I saw that rug and was like, yep, that's what we're going for. Because I never really use that specific swatch in that rug, so it just kind of felt nice to go with that. But yeah, so going with an orange theme in here. I think I do make the walls orange as well. Again, I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've edited this video and made it, or recorded and edited, because I think I edited it before I left for Texas as well. But yeah, so here, again, adding just enough clutter to make it feel lived in, like they've been here for a while renovating it. But also it is a micro home, so I didn't want it to be overbearing with the clutter. So yeah, not much for the bathroom. I do add some shelves in the kitchen area so that they just kind of like open shelving kind of deal with that. So there's not enough space for an actual bed, so the Murphy bed does come in handy. The layout for the kitchen, I knew I was only going to be able to fit 2 countertops. I tried originally to fit a second one, like a second full counter next, like in between the stove and the door. But if I wanted a trash can in there, that was not going to be a thing that would happen. So I do go with just like the half counter. And again, I wanted to use those snowy shelves, snowy escape counters, so that I could add that clutter in. But then when I decided to put the shelves under the windows, I do change those out. So that'll happen in just a second. But again, adding in the shelves, and I do add just a little bit of clutter there, not too much, because again, I didn't want it to feel super full, but I knew I didn't want to put curtains on those windows, because when you're in a tiny house, I feel like the more natural light, the better. Yeah. I did also add those dog treats there, or pet treats. I guess they're not really specific for an animal, but I didn't add a dog food bowl or anything, or pet food bowl, but I did play test it, and an animal could be in the micro home, so I did decide to leave those there just because it felt a little bit easier at the time. And it's just nice clutter. I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like anything specific, as far as clutter goes. Like especially since I sized them down, you can't really tell that it's like treats for pets in there. So I do decide to leave that. You'll also notice that there is not a kitchen sink. Honestly, in a micro home, there is nowhere to put a kitchen sink. So your Sims will wash the dishes in the bathroom sink, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If you wanted, you could probably put like an island in, just like one counter for the island. I think that would work, actually. I didn't playtest it that way, but honestly, if you wanted to, just to have a kitchen sink, you could probably fit it in there pretty easily. You would just have to delete one of the stools that I add for the table, but I think it would honestly work. I don't see why not. So yeah, there's an easy fix. If you wanted to have a kitchen counter, you could do that. I do add, again, a dining room table that has a laptop on it, just so that it is able to be used as both a computer desk and a table. And I do add 3 stools to it. Again, with the Murphy bed, I love that is a thing we have, and we have bunk beds now. I have not done much gameplay since the bunk beds, which of course it was only yesterday that they were added anyway, but I haven't done any gameplay with bunk beds yet. I have been watching other YouTubers' videos about it, but I am very excited because I am doing a legacy challenge right now, and they are getting ready to have their first baby, and I'm super excited about it because as soon as that kid is old enough to have a bunk bed, they are going to have a bunk bed, and I am thoroughly excited about it. Oh, and this, you can always delete those front 2 windows if you wanted and add like the tiny living TV. I didn't want to. I wanted to just have that smaller TV because they do have the bookshelf that's attached to the Murphy bed, and I didn't really feel the need for it unless you want a radio, which honestly, I never add them into my builds, and I feel like I need to because dancing is a thing. But all of the Sims have the free headphones now, and so they have portable music, so I never really think about it to put in my builds. Because when I'm playing, I usually just have them put the headphones in, and then I don't think about it because they can dance in their house or they can listen to it while they're jogging. Like, I just don't think about it. Do you guys have radios in your homes? I feel like that's a thing that doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, honestly, I don't think my parents do. I know I do, but it's through like a record player as well. So it's kind of a 2-in-1. And I definitely bought it for the records, not the radio. But my husband does use it as a radio for the mornings because he listens to NPR and is a very big nerd, and that's okay. I love him anyway. But yeah, I think maybe that's why, because radios aren't really a thing anymore. So, I mean, they are a thing, but I don't have one in my house. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe I'm making excuses. I don't have radios in my Sims' homes because I just don't think about it. TBH, I don't know. To be quite honest, I just don't think about it. Here, I didn't want to clutter up the shelves too much, and I don't add anything into that bottom cabinet. So back to the build, sorry. I don't add anything into that bottom cabinet. I do want to put that side table there just so it is there. If I remember correctly, because again, I play tested this before leaving, and so I really don't remember if they can reach the bookshelf. I believe they can. I really want to say they can, but maybe you'll have to move that table. I really don't know. I'm so sorry. This build is already up on the gallery right now. I am recording this after adding it because I really just wanted to get it out there so that I had a build up on the gallery again. And this will be up there shortly. That is it for the inside of the build. So the outside, my idea was that they hadn't really done anything. If you have a sim that fits this build, that would be amazing. If you have to create one, please do. basically the idea, again, was that it was kind of a fixer-upper, and they started with the inside so that, again, that was kind of their most used space. That's where they were a lot of the time. But the idea was to have sort of, I don't know, a self-made sim live here. I mean, you could have them in a regular profession. I do add an easel in the backyard because it is a really pretty garden in the end, and I think it's quite pretty. I would want to spend time out there. But then I also add some gardening things and just make it kind of look overgrown as a total so that they can raise their gardening skill and make it look really pretty and not overgrown. But yeah, that was the general idea for that. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about bunk beds. I'm so sorry, guys. I am all over the place with this. I'm planning my next build in my head while I'm doing this voiceover for this current build, and I don't know if you guys do that, if you're like building a house and you get an idea for another build, and if you're like me, oh, there's the giant tree. Oh, I do size it down. I didn't remember if I did or not, but there is a larger one behind the house, so I thought it was kind of perfect. Anyway, if you're thinking about a build and you're currently building one and you start, you get an idea for another one, do you guys oftentimes just quit the current build, go build the idea build, like the one that you got the idea for, and then come back to the original build? I do that so often. It's embarrassing, honestly, because I literally just, I'm all over the place, just like I am now, and I'm so sorry. I'm really trying not to be. So here in the garden, I did want to add like an actual gardening patch and kind of make it look like farmland, but I do decide against it just because it's such a small spot that it kind of looks strange. So I do add some just planters. I have a few of the different sized planters. So if you wanted to put those there, you could, just as an easy way to raise their skills. And I also add a guitar. I'm so bad at adding skill items to builds that it's honestly kind of embarrassing. You would think that I had never played The Sims before, but I promise I have. I've been playing since early 2000s. I don't think I started in 2000, but it's definitely been since Sims 2, at least. I can for sure remember Sims 2. I don't even remember anything about Sims 1, so I'm gonna guess I didn't ever play that, sadly. But that being said, we are coming to the end of the build. I'm glad to be back. I hope someone watches this video. If you like it, subscribe, comment down below if you are as afraid at the bits as me and crazy. Please let me have some feedback, and I will see you all later. Bye.